Meet Josh, a regular guy who's just stuck at a full-time job working for a paycheck until he discovered drop servicing. This is a business model where you sell other people's services as your own and take a cut of the profit. Flash forward to today where Josh has made over $100,000 and just last month alone, he brought in $40,000 worth of revenue. But here's the craziest part. He still only works 4 hours a day. In the next 10 minutes, I'm about to break down how Josh went from a 9-to-5 job to building a 6-figure online business without any special skills or huge startup capital. By the end of the year, Josh is on track to make over $500,000. And the method he used? Surprisingly simple. And I'm about to hop on with him to show you exactly how he did it.
Okay, so first question is just wanted to see like what kind of business are you running? Like what industry are you in?
So running a cleaning business, predominantly doing domestic or residential, and sort of hoping to go into that commercial space.
And where are you located?
We're located in Melbourne, Australia.
Perfect. Are you the one who's doing the cleaning service?
I'm not personally doing the clean service. I'm running it, but I've hired subcontractors to do the work.
Okay, so it's fully remote. Have you ever been to like a site or anything, or?
Never been to a site, never touched any equipment, nothing. I've been at home the whole time while I'm running the business.
Awesome. Were you working a job before this business, or are you still currently working a job, or like?
I actually had a full-time job in a completely other field, and up until 3 months ago, I have left that job and now doing this full-time. Yeah.
Amazing. If you don't mind me asking, which one made more money, like your full-time job or like your cleaning company now?
Well, I sort of waited to the point where the cleaning business overtook how much I was getting from my full-time job. And once that happened for a couple of months, I then thought it was the right decision to just focus on this solely and then leave that full-time job.
That's awesome. How long did it take you essentially from the time, you got your first client to the time when you decided, hey, maybe I can actually leave my full-time position? How long was that?
I reckon it took about 4 months.
4 months, yeah. So a couple months you got there, and then a couple months of let me get proof of concept before I quit my job and potentially.
Yeah. I think you really got to grind that first 3 months while you get everything up and running. And once you get momentum, the 3 to 6 months is just so much quicker than the 0 to 3. And then you start seeing what this business can do moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. How did you decide on the niche?
How did I sign on the niche? I just kind of looked at my own situation. So like had my own apartment. I thought cleaning is something that would be a service that a lot of people would be in demand of. It's something that's not seasonal as well. And that can be done all year round. I think it's a niche that will never sort of go out of fashion in sense. People are always going to need cleaners. That can't be replaced by anyone else. Felt the demand was there. And I knew that a lot of people are cleaners and looking for work. So that sort of made sense for me to go down that path.
Yeah, just checked all the boxes when we were doing the research. I wanted to ask probably what was like one of the most difficult parts in setting up this entire business? Like what was like the trickiest part for you to kind of get sorted?
I think the trickiest part is finding good cleaners and reliable cleaners that are willing to sort of work for you and also who care about the customers, who week in, week out, are showing up, doing good work, and they're sort of committed to the job. I think you find some really bad eggs as well when you're searching for cleaners, but once you find the good ones, it makes your business run so much smoother.
Yeah, definitely. Just finding those right people, getting them in place. It just keeps everything simple. I think, one of the most common problems with maybe even anyone in any business is probably staffing and hiring, right? Like getting the right talent, getting the right people. What did you do and what are you currently doing to get clients? Like, did you have to do cold outreach? Did it take a lot of time? Like what was the kind of client acquisition strategy from the beginning and now?
So initially, the number one way I was getting clients was through Google Ads.
Yeah.
That's when, I was getting more traction through that way. The business decided to establish. I have a website. I'm on Google Maps. I have reviews. People are now organically coming to my business. So the ads are still running, but I think there'll become a time where I won't have to be paid for Google Ads anymore and everything will be organic leads coming through.
Yeah. So just no marketing expense. It's just organic. They're just coming to you, probably referral. Like as you grow your business, when you go from servicing 10 to like 100 to 1,000 clients, there's going to be way more word of mouth. Your name's going to be out there and you kind of just grow even more naturally with that having to do anything. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. So no cold outreach then, right? Didn't take a lot of time to get leads.
Yeah, no, didn't call anyone. I think maybe I've had moments where I thought, okay, I'm going to call some property managers, see if they need any cleaners. I've done that quite sporadically. It
Yeah.
can't hurt if you have, let's say you did 5 or 10 a week, maybe one of them will bite. Or if not, you're in the system. So maybe they're cleaners that they use full time. Maybe they get sick or they can't rock up and they call you to come in. I've had that happen a few times. And then from there, yeah, you've built the connection. You're reliable. They might then refer you to another job down the track. So it can't hurt doing some call outs.
Yeah. So I mean, like if you're not spending a lot of time cold calling, you're just getting these leads, like what does the time commitment look like this for this kind of business? And let's get one, like obviously the setup, right? It takes a good amount of time to get everything in place. But let's say like from the moment we went live with ads and you're starting to get your first few leads, what was the time commitment then on like the first month compared to like what is the time commitment now on like, month 6 or wherever we're at?
Well, I think time commitment was initially maybe 1 or 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
As things were slowly starting to build up. Now in month 6 potentially, that's kind of gone up to 3 or 4 hours. But at the same time, I'm in a position where I've found a virtual assistant to take all my calls and respond to all my emails, which means most of my time is spent managing staff, dealing with any issues that arise, and also building connections with people in the industry that might give me better contracts moving forward. So it's been my focus at the moment. But I think as the business kind of builds more of these recurring cleans, it starts to run itself, which is really good. So I anticipate the hours will decrease in maybe a few months as things are just sort of running a lot more smoothly.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that the more money you make, the less you end up working. So it's kind of like, yeah, as you build up, you get these things in place. And you mentioned you're doing a lot of the hiring. Actually, recently we just got someone, a VA as well, who does all of our hiring for us now. So it's just like, we don't have to really do anything besides like the accounting, as you know, the accounting's a big step in all of this. Yeah, that's awesome to see. What's like total revenue to date now? Like how much have you made?
Total revenue, I think it's at 110K.
Awesome. And oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, so I just came off my biggest month. So I think the month of January was 40K. In revenue, which is really good. So I think it shows like a really nice growth of the business. As I said, from month 0 to 3, the 3 to 6, and then you kind of look forward for the next 6 months. You're hoping that's going to just continue to increase. Yeah.
What do you think? What's the project? Because we're in January now. What do you think the projected income is for the next year, roughly, if you can give an estimate?
Potentially 200K.
Yeah. I think you got more. I think you can do more.
In revenue might be more 300, 400K, but I think actual income, it could be around 150, 200K.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess I was talking more revenue, but yeah.
Revenue, I think, yes. If we're looking at averaging 40K potentially a month over 12 months, then I would say we're looking at 500K revenue.
That's super exciting for you, man. Are you happy that you ended up starting this business?
Yeah, look, I think when I thought about wanting to do something, I didn't know where to start. I have no experience in business at all. And I think I stumbled upon what you were doing and your model and made sense to me and made sense that like, I'm not business minded, but I think I'm able to do this. So I think having that guidance and support at the start to really just put the pieces together, the 101 of how to sort of start a business and manage it in this type of model was super beneficial. And now, looking back on what I've done, I can sort of now see how that process has worked. I think if you trust the process and continue with it, it's not easy. It doesn't happen overnight. But if you follow the simple steps, there's no reason why it can't end up being successful.
Exactly. That was very well said. Well, I appreciate your time today, Josh. I think that's all my questions. I just wanted to see where you're at. It's been a while since we've talked, so I'm proud of you. I'm proud of how far you've taken this. I think we can hit that 500,000 in the next year here. So I appreciate your time. I also appreciate you helping me coach my other clients coming up here too. I hope we have more calls like this in the future. And I hope you have a good rest of your week. And if you need anything from me, of course, you can always reach out.
Josh is only one of the 50 plus clients I've worked with in the past year. I'm so happy to say I helped him reach full financial freedom to get him where he's at today. But if you're someone who wants to try this yourself or just learn more, I don't recommend you do it with no guidance. People have paid me thousands of dollars to help them one-on-one, but I put together a full guide showing you how to get this business started for absolutely free. Check out this video to learn how to go from $0 to $10,000 a month in only 60 days, just like Josh. You'll learn the ins and outs of the business model and how to get everything set up, even with no business experience or understanding of how any of this really works right now. I'll see you there.